It's my, okay, so you're gonna record it. Okay, good. So it's my understanding that Sue Nichols started out doing a website for the league way back when. Sue is still a lifetime member with us, but we don't get to see her much lately. After that, Teresa Mills took over doing the website and did it for a number of years. And then after that, we changed the platform and Shelley Guerra was doing it. Much of this was not on their own totally, but they really were the key people who basically were involved in the website that we had. And now we are expanding that into a full-blown committee, okay? We have contracted with Club Express. It's a very powerful platform, and they have a lot of things to offer. There's probably 100 leagues in the country who use this platform, leagues of women voters, okay? And we got a special deal from the National League for signing up with this. So that's kind of where we're at. And there is a committee who has been working on this and will hopefully continue as we continue to build. This is an introductory session. Does somebody have something to say? No? Okay. This is an introductory session. It is not a be-all, end-all. And you need to know that we have built what we can. We want to go live in soon. We haven't figured that out just yet, but we are in the process and we'll continue to add things to the website. And you'll see what I mean when we go through this. So initially, we're going to talk about why this is important to have. What is it that is going to be, what are we going to see? What is it we're going to see when we have this up and running? And how can we all help to continue and promote? And as the board of directors and or chairs of committees, I've called them activities in the past, but they're going to be committees from now on. You are being introduced initially to what it is that this is all about. So there's a lot more information that you're going to get that we may not give to a member, but we'll talk about it. And then we're going to show the website. So you're going to get to see it. And I'm going to try and keep my hands stiller. So, you know, I hate it when people run that mouse around the screen a lot and you get dizzy just watching it. So I will work at that. So to begin with, let me share a screen and Janet's going to start us off. Janet has been our ringleader. She and Jim have been really amazing at getting information to the company, communicating with the company, even when they aren't communicating back with them, and doing a lot of the real groundwork in getting this going. So I'm going to have Janet tell you why this is important. I'm going to share this screen so you can see. And I forgot to put it at the beginning. Okay. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm going to make it a little larger and get rid of the pictures. And Janet, take it away.
Thank you. Just as a little bit of background, and most of you know this, if not all, our old website basically is defunct. It's still there, unfortunately, but it is not secure. And I'm losing my words this morning. It's not secure and you can't really do anything with it. It's not supported by anybody. So we started looking at replacing that, but as we did research, we've looked at several companies and Club Express came out to us for those reasons that, that Barb mentioned earlier. I think this is a great opportunity, frankly. As you look, if you look at today, you have to realize that social media is the way things are going today. It is how most people are connecting with news, with their friends, with all sorts of things. And it's time for us to participate in that, especially since one of our goals is really to get new members and preferably members who are younger than some of us. You know, anybody under 40, 45 would be delightful. we have found in talking to several leagues that once they did this, they did increase their membership and they were able to reach out to new people. From my standpoint, with my history of fundraising and development, I know that the way that I donate to organizations, I donate online. That is how I do it. And so the fact that we can do that, the fact that our members can do that, it's just going to be a lot easier. We can keep our information on, and it will be current, relevant, and useful as an information source. So it's our hope that this is going to help pull in new members and new dollars to support our local efforts. Back to you, Barb.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet. And so now we're going to hear, what can we all expect? In other words, what will we see with this new website? And Jane, who is our membership chair, is going to share that information.
Hi, I'm just a new member to the website committee, so I'm playing catch up. Jeannie has been on the committee all along, so but she couldn't be here today. But I'm getting there because it is not difficult. It's wonderfully user friendly. That's the best thing about this website. New members can join and pay online. It's very easy to sign up. Members can renew online, which we all know people have been asking for years. Once you're a member, you can sign up for various committees. Once you're a member, all you have to do is go into the directory, find yourself, click on it, and you can either remove or add any of the various committees that we have listed in there. You can make donations online. And when we eventually can generate newsletters, you can access them online, and then they can actually be stored for future viewing. There's so many resources related to all the committees that the league supports, and eventually we'll be able to send out. So for example, as chair of membership, I can send out an email blast just to the membership committee members. And that's going to be wonderful. You won't have to create your own contact list separately. Everyone who signed up for a particular committee can easily be emailed and notified. Events requiring registration and payment online, it all can be done online now or when we go live. So it's very user friendly. I don't think many people are going to struggle with learning it once you get on and play around a little bit. Barb?
Okay, thanks, Jane.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing is, how do we all help? And has Anne come on yet?
Let's see. No.
Okay. So let me
Oh, yes, she is. She just unmuted herself. I apologize.
Okay, great. Okay, so now we're going to hear, how do we all help? Because remember I said this is going to be a team effort. Well, maybe I said it was run by committee. It's going to be a team effort though. And we all need to, there's a role that all of us can play in that. So Anne's going to give us some information about that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late.
You made it just in time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've heard all the other good stuff. So how do we all work together to make this work? And one of the first things that you should do is explore the website, look at it, see what it means to you. Do you have questions? Do you have comments? Do you have suggestions? That kind of thing. But because you all are committee heads or pillar heads or board members, it's important to understand that you can use this to manage the work that you're doing with your committees, that you can, and it might be good to identify a person within your committee who could be the contact or computer person. Because you can do, as people have said, send emails, manage your lists, all of those kinds of things. The other thing is to encourage your committee members to get familiar with the website and look at the website and be able to manipulate it and go through it for the part that you are responsible for. And provide pictures to your that you have. Your committee has been working for probably for years, and you probably have lots of different pictures that of events that you might have done. And as you do them, certainly, you know, forward them on to Janet or whoever else will be designated as that kind of person. So the idea, what we can do is to promote this website so that people will get the best use from it that they can. There's so many things, as you've already heard from the other people, that are available and will help you function better, much better. It might seem now that there's a lot of stuff that you would be responsible for doing, but actually the website is going to take a lot of burden off of your backs, because so many things will be automatic once you get them started. So any events that you're having, you need to share with the person who is going to be manning the calendar. And right now that's Barb. And that'll be an important thing too, because it's going to be a really better method of communication. It's going to be so much more streamlined. We won't have to think, oh my God, I forgot to send out that press release. I forgot to let this person know. It's going to be rather automatic as long as you just feed it in with your notes or whatever you're going to be doing. So, and if in the committee, and if in your committees you recognize that there are people who have really good IT skills or interest and would be able to help with the activities of the website and be part of the website committee as well as your committee, we hope you'll identify those folks and help them move on to that too as well. So, it's gonna help us do what we want to do, fulfill our mission in so much better way, in such a better way, as long as we all kind of pitch in and get used to it, look at it, and participate. That's what I can say, Barb.
Okay, thank you, Anne. I think it's overwhelming at times with everything it will do, but it is going to be easy to use. That's the one thing I think that we have found. So when will this begin? So I think we might have mentioned, but when we decide to go live, and we don't have a go live date yet, the committee meets every Friday. And so today's Thursday and tomorrow we'll be meeting, and I have a feeling that might be on the agenda. And when that happens, the day that we go live, an email will go out, because we have already loaded the membership in. An email will go out to every member saying, your league has come up with a new website that you are now using, and here is your username and password, and we want you to go to this website, and we want you to log in as a member. And that's kind of how it will begin. So before we get into a little bit of that, I'm going to show you what that looks like and how you will do some of that. So hang in there. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about how did we get to this point. And as chairs of the various committees, that it's helpful for you to understand a little bit of that. First of all, we have what we call administrators and coordinators. And the administrators that we have assigned currently, and these are the people who are going to be able to go into the back end of the system and make it work the way it's supposed to, and possibly, well, that's what they can do that. It's Janet Lyon and Jim Hill, who are in the Communications and PR Committee, Roberta Killam, who's our treasurer, me, Barb Coben, as Voter Services, and Shelley Guerra is our webmaster. So these are the 5 people who will be, as we get going, we will be the administrators of this. Another group of people that we will identify will have functions that they can do, but not have access to the whole system. And that's membership coordinators. Jane Seeley and Jeannie Amidon will be doing that. The board secretary, who is currently Judy Helsley, will be doing that. the newsletter, Amy Johns. We aren't going to start out with the newsletter on here, but at some point we know we can do that, and Amy will be taking care of that. Facebook and news. Marianne Player is currently doing Facebook, and we are, if we haven't, we're planning to ask her if, because she's putting news on Facebook, if she can be the coordinator for putting news on the website. Darcy Yates will be Topical Thursday. Lynn Marshall will be doing voter registration. Sue Runkle will be a Speakers Bureau coordinator. And we put a couple more question marks. We may have a person that takes all recordings and loads them into the system. We may have a person who's a photographer, and they will have a coordinator role of being able to add pictures. This coordinator list can go on and on. These are the people we've initially identified. Doesn't mean we can't have more. And if you have an interest in what you're doing and think that that would be beneficial, get in touch with one of us. And it's easy to do. We have to figure out how to get those coordinators assigned the tasks that they need. And we're in the process of doing that. There's so much. So that's just how we're doing it. So these people will be the ones that can actually make a change to the website, okay? Other than as a member, you can always change what you're doing, all right? But these are the people that'll do some of the more behind the scenes, big time behind the scenes, and these are people that can do less than what these do, but still have access. The other thing to know about is that there are going to be unique emails. We are allowed to have 5, and that's what we've decided to take to begin with. And so whenever you see an email in the system and any one of these 5 people might be the connection, then it will just say president. So right now we have Ann and Lena's email attached to this behind the scenes. So when you see this email, you'll know that it's going to go to, you'll know who it's going to go to. Anybody else might not. I'm going to go to Lena, all right? Notice that LWVToledo-Lucascounty.org. Keep that in your memory bank, because that, we understand, will be our new website address, all right? The secretary, so that will go to Judy Helsley right now. Membership will go to Jane and Jeannie, okay? Voter services will come to me, Barb Coven, and webmaster will go to, I know Shelley, but maybe Janet and Jim also. I'm not sure that I know exactly, but those are going to be websites that you see online, and you need to know what that means. And then Roberta already has this email that she's using for the league, and so we will use it. It'll go right to her. But it's an exception to the rule because it's not a Club Express website. It's a individual website that Roberta already has for the league. Okay?
Email, yeah.
Emails, I'm sorry. Oh, I said website, didn't I? I get those words mixed up.
Me too.
Thank you, Roberta. I asked the people on the committee to jump in if I misspeak. Okay, so here's the things that we need for the calendar. And obviously the date or dates, the time, the from and the to, the name of the event, is it a topical Thursday, a voter reg, board meeting, etc. The location, building and address, if that's unique to that. Is it going to be a Zoom? Is there a speaker? Is there a topic that the speaker is going to speak about? And if it's a Zoom, can you include the link? Because you're going to see that we can include the link on the calendar. So those are just some things that we are asking the chairs of committees to make available, and we'll send more information out about that. Okay, so now let's get into what do these pages look like, or where do we start? You heard me say, and you're going to hear a lot of repetition today in this instruction. You remember we said you're going to receive an email from Club Express announcing the go live and giving you your username. The username is 6 or 7 characters. It's the initial of your first name, and then the first 5 or 6 letters of your last name is the username, and then the password that they give you, and you can change that. Then you're going to go to this website, LWVToledo-Lucas This is the website name. Click on member login, sign in by creating a password for the username you were assigned, edit or add any information to your profile. You can update your profile. You could put a picture in there for your profile if you want. You can add all kinds of information. And then take a look at the website and look at the public pages, and then go look at the member pages. And we're going to look at those today so you can see the difference. Excuse me.
Barb, could I clarify something?
Sure.
When they first sign on, that password is a temporary password. They're going to be prompted to change it, if I understand correctly.
Yes, thank you for
That is
sharing that. I
correct.
appreciate it. That's correct. That's correct.
That password.
Pardon me?
I said, make sure you save the password so that you can continue to get in.
Yeah. And you can make it a password that you will remember. And I think there's a box so you can check this as remember. Okay, so now let's take a look at the public pages. This is the home page that the public will see. And this is not the website. I'm going to go to that next. But you'll see these menu items here along the top. This is a picture, and there's multiple pictures in there that will revolve, okay, not quickly, so they don't make you dizzy. And then upcoming events, which pretty much matches the calendar, all right? Over here, we have some buttons that say add me to your mailing list, donate. This now says join the league instead of new member sign up. And here's your member login that you'll need when you go to sign on the first time. The public pages are much more complete. This is true. We're still working on the member pages. Doesn't mean you can't get a lot. There's a lot in there, but we made the emphasis more for the public to begin with. And so those public pages are much more complete right now. But remember, I said this is a work in progress. You want to go in and check out the contents of the drop-down boxes for each menu. This is the menu. And when I click on any of these on the website, it's going to produce a drop-down box. Very similar to other things that people have used. You can bookmark that page if you'd like. Now, some people don't like to bookmark, but that's fine, you can. And then you can enlarge the screen by hitting Control and using the roller on your mouse to make it larger or smaller. Those are things I don't know if everybody knows. The member page, you'll notice, and this is not as accurate as it was 3 days ago, but it's very similar with the menu items, okay? The thing that's different is member resources. So these are a lot of resources available to the members. There's membership directory, where you can actually see a directory of the membership. And this minutes is no longer there. It's part of the member resources. Okay. Any questions thus far? So we're going to go to the website now. So you get to see what the website looks like. And let's hope it's still there. Okay. I figured out why I lost it yesterday. I fixed that today. So let's go to the home page. This is what the public will see when they come on to LWVToledo-LucasCounty.org. You've got your menu here, your menu buttons with all of the drop-down boxes. You've got these buttons over here, and see this says join the league now instead of member, join, whatever it said before. I forget it as soon as I change it, we forget. And these are the upcoming events that are available to the public, all right? When you go and see this page, this picture scrolls, and you go down the page, you've got this section here, empowering voters, defending democracy. Then we have these 4 boxes that all have buttons underneath that you can click on. Okay, and we're going to go look at a couple of those so you can see a little bit of the difference. And then down at the bottom, and this is going to appear on the bottom of every page, along with another thing that we'll show you, but it's got, remember I said there's repetition? Did I say that? Here's why join the league, why vote, volunteer today, donate, join, vote, volunteer committees. So you're going to see these things in a lot of different places because you know what? People get into a website and they go, oh, I wonder how I can do this. And then voila, there it's going to be for them. This is our contact information. And here's one of those first emails, okay, that goes to the webmaster. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, this is an easy way to get a message to the powers that be, as it were. You'll see that we have Facebook here under follow us. We have the community shares logo on pretty much every page because we are a member of that. And so we are promoting them also. Okay, so before we go back, was there a question?
Yeah, the community shares logo is actually a link to their site, just so you know.
Okay, good. Good to know. Good to know. Great. Okay, so let's go up to the calendar. I'm going to go back and forth on this page a little bit. So here are 4 things that are listed on the calendar. And if we go to the calendar, you can see it in a different fashion. If you like these grids, if you like to look at the calendar in a grid, that's available to you. If you'd prefer to look at it in the list view, we're going to switch to list view. And now we see it much like we did on the front page. Not sure how we limit this just to a couple when we had more on whatever. But I can go to next month and look at August if I want to know what's going on in August. And here we'll see this. We put a lot of the election information in red, and the voter registration things are in a dark green. We're kind of color coding, but I don't know where that all shows up. So let's go back to the home page. These buttons over here are pretty self-explanatory, and I'll kind of go into that when we get a little further along. Let's go down the page.
Barb, could I say one thing? Barb,
Sure. Yes.
when you look at upcoming events, it automatically will eliminate on the home page any previous events. So it's a scrolling,
Yes.
it's a
current.
scrolling message. So you won't see anything before today, literally.
Right. It's current. So the computer takes off anything previous. Thank you for saying that, Janet. Let me just share one other thing. If I don't know that much about, that's not there. Okay. I can click on any of these and I can get a little bit more information. Like we're having a voter reg function this coming Saturday, and it tells you where it's at. This has the GPS map attached to it. I'm surprised, but that's good. I don't know where they're at and where they're not. We're still working on that. And so you can get more information. Here's a little bit more that, is available also, repetitious. So that's kind of like how that works. You can click on a lot of this and get more information. I'm going to go back now to the home page by hitting the back arrow. When I go down the page, for Vote 411, let's say, for example, Vote 411 is where our voters guide people, send the information they get from the candidates. This is going to take us right to that website. And so here I go again with not being able to close that out. My bar that has all the mute, stop video and everything is now at the top of my page, and I can't close this tab.
If you move your
Go
move your
straight
arrow
up.
higher, you'll find it.
Barb, go straight up. Go up further. Go up to the top of the page.
I am
Where you
on it.
see
Oh, it's not flashing on?
No, but that's okay. I'll
That's
figure it out.
weird.
Because I can
You
see
can't
it.
just click it. I can see it where
Yeah,
you
me
need to
too.
just down.
For some reason, my bar that's normally along the bottom is at the top now. Wish I could diminish it, but we'll get there. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Thought I knew, but it ain't working somehow. Okay, so let's go
Okay,
back.
go.
to the
Yeah,
home.
that's good.
If I go to fair districts, for example, okay, Nancy Gurney provided us a whole lot of information about fair districts. This is one of our pages. This did not go, I mean, the information may have come from different places, but this is one of our pages, and you can tell by this big blue box. They all start out saying LWV Toledo-Lucas County, and then it says fair districts. So here we have information about fair districts, the map, a map, one of the 3 maps, okay? It goes on further down. There's lots of information, nice picture, splitting, I mean, information about fair districts. And there's a whole lot in here, okay? This is a fairly large map, or page, I should say. Here's community shares again. And then here's this blue stripe, or strip, or bar, or whatever. This is going to show up on all of our pages except the home page. And this has your elected officials. If I click on that, am I going to be able to get back? And this takes you to a website where you put your address in. You don't need your email, but you put your address in and hit continue, and you can get all of your elected officials. Come on. Okay. Lucas County Board of Elections will take you to their website. Register to vote will take you to the Secretary of State's website and give you information about who can register, how to register, connect you to the online or get a form, whatever way you want to do it. And then this is also the Secretary of State's website with election dates on it. I'm not going to click on all these because I'm having difficulty getting back, but take my word.
Barb, can I just make one real quick comment?
Yes.
What you just showed as an example, before when you clicked on the link to vote 411, it opened actually a separate tab on your screen.
Oh.
And you can click the tab to go back to fair districts, or to the to our website. When
Yeah.
you clicked on your elected officials, it actually overrode the tab that our website is on. But all you had to do was hit that little left facing arrow at the top of the page, and it took you right back to our website.
Right.
So that freaked me out initially. So just something for people to be aware of, that it may look like our website disappeared, but sometimes just hitting that back arrow takes you back to where the previous place you were on our website.
And for some reason, I can't show you the top of this. Well, you probably see the top of the screen.
Yeah,
if I've opened up
we can see it. I can see it on my computer.
And I can't get to it because of that menu bar for Zoom. Okay, moving right along. All right. So again, we're not gonna look at everything, but I'm just kind of showing you what you can see. And I'm gonna go back to the home page now. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you on the home page. And you obviously, you're only gonna get to see a little bit today, but so now let's go in and show you what will happen as a member. So I'm gonna click on my member login. And I'm going to go
Barb,
out. Yes.
Barb, I apologize, but see, there were 2 places. There's the box for member login, but then at the very upper top left corner, it says member login. And I think I couldn't tell which one you actually clicked on.
Okay, so I clicked on the one at the top.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
if I go into member login, I'm already logged in, it won't take me anywhere. So I'm dropping down.
Might be a case of we're waiting to go live, Roberta.
okay, thank you.
Other button to work.
So I'm going to log in as a different user. So if to show you what you're going to see, when you as a new person go in as a member and you hit the member login button, you're going to see this box come up. Okay, and you then will put your username in that Club Express gave you and put the password in that they gave you, and then you will hit login. And notice it says remember me on this, whatever this page, okay, on this computer. So you can be sure and save it before you hit login. All right, but that's what you will see when you go in to log in for the first time after you hit the member login button. I can't hit it now because I'm logged, well, I'm not logged in, but all right. So let's go back to the login. Like, let's pretend I'm now logged in, and I am. Barb Coven is my name. This is what the home page will look like for members. Remember what I said about the menus. Okay, the menus, there's a couple of other things in here, like member resources and membership directory. But look at this upcoming events. Lots more than 4 from the homepage for the public. The 4 from the homepage are here, but we also have other meetings that are available for the members. We don't need the public coming to our website committee meeting tomorrow, okay? We don't need the public coming to our board meetings. These are for members. And so a lot of this information is only available to members. That's the incentive for people to join. You're going to get to see and participate in a lot more. Now, if there's a question, if people feel like we should make some of that available to the public, it's very easy to change, okay? The administrators can change that. I have built a bunch of events for the common things that we do so that every time we post it, we just go change the date and it carries everything forward. And there's a lot of instruction in that. So let's take a look at the website committee meeting that's going to be happening tomorrow on Zoom. So here's information. It might show you, let's see what it says when it says more date. These are all the dates that I got lined up for the recurring Zoom event that we're having. You don't need to have all those meetings, Janet, but they're there in case we need them. And here's the link for how to get into that meeting with the ID and the password. So again, the calendar will have a lot of that information. But you'll see a lot more on the members page. Now, these menus are going to be very similar. I'm just kind of going through slowly so you can see advocacy and action alerts, elections and voting. And the calendar is going to be the same as what we had before, so I don't need to show you that. Oh dear, I didn't show one thing. Okay, I'm going to go back to the public page. I forgot to do this. I started from the bottom and I shouldn't have done that. So I'm going to log out. I'm going to go back to the public page, okay? And this public page, when we show get involved, we have our list of committees that we have in, this is the public page, remember. And I'm saying that for a point. So you'll see that it lists the different committees that we have and it gives you a little description. But if you wanted more information, it'll give, these are going to be hot buttons. These blue phrases are going to be hot buttons. They're not activated yet. But when I click on one of those, it's going to take me to that page that gives me more information about this committee or about other committees that Voter Services does if I pick this one. But guess what? If you're really interested in getting involved, you can join the league. And here's a join button, okay?
Hey, Barb.
Yes.
I am not sure that those are going to be hot buttons.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, to be continued. I thought that's what Jim said. Again, you'll notice that this is the one of our pages, volunteer and join a committee today. So now let's go back and look at it as a member. I'm going to hit my member login. Now I'm going to go to get involved. And I'm going to hit volunteer committees. Here's the committee pages for members, all right? They're different. It's got some of the same information, but now I can look and see who's in that committee. Nobody in naturalization yet, but if I wanted to, I could sign up for that committee. And here I am in this committee. If I decided, ooh, that was a mistake, I think I hit the wrong committee, whenever my name is in there, it will show remove me and I can take myself out. So this is how easy it's going to be for a committee, for members to pick a committee and go to and put yourself in it. And then if the chairs are using the email blast, you'll get all the people that are listed in your committee. That's why it's important that everybody that's on your committee is on. Okay, let's go back to that committee page. When do I am not, okay, here we go. So that's basically how people will be able to sign up for committees. And if you want more information about that committee, you click on this button. It's another hot button, takes you to the voter services page. Well, pick the wrong thing. We don't have, yeah, oh, here it is, here it is. Has a little bit more information maybe about it. Some of the information is similar, so it just depends. Okay, so that's how that get involved page works. And I can always go back to where I came from.
Can you scroll down on the committee page, please?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see Eleanor, the Cave Civic Award Committee is there on the right. I don't know if you saw that. Fair Districts is there as well. Finance Committee's there. As committees are created, we need to know so that we can add that in.
So the key is for you to, when you log on, go and put your name in all the committees that you're on, because many of us are on more than one committee. Good, thanks for sharing that, Janet. It's all here. Well, it's not all here. There, if it's not here, let us know. We can easily add it. Not that hard, now that we learn how to do it. Okay.
Question, Barb.
Yes.
Can a committee chair add members? If someone says, well, I'm not comfortable going online, can a committee chair add a person, do that for them?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that we have to figure out how you do that, because I'm still working on loading up some of, like I sent around emails about voter reg, and I want to load in the ones that said, yeah, I'll stay on that, you know. So we're working on it. Okay, let's go back. To the home page. Okay, trying to think if there was something else that I wanted to share. Oh, let's go into member resources. So here's member resources. And what this does is it takes you to what we call, right now it's called the document library. I'm going to expand this so you can see all the things that are listed in this. So I hit expand all. We've got member resources, policies and procedures for the different committees. You'll notice there's a 0. We don't have those loaded in yet, but we've got a space. We built a room for them. There's a membership handbook, organizational charts, how to register voters, minutes to different meetings, board meeting, membership meeting, annual meeting, and we do have the annual meeting minutes, one of them in here. And then resources. If you look at resources, you'll see that here's a number of things. There's a membership form, if somebody wanted a hard copy form. This is the New Citizens Guide, which is a book that we hand out at naturalization. The form, if you wanted to donate with your checkbook, as opposed to doing it online. The voter's guide that they'll be working on for November. A hard copy of a membership form. The
That's
try.
it.
That's a duplicate.
What?
There's membership form at the top and there's membership form 5
Oh,
down.
so you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So when I
will
click
take
on,
care of that.
yes, when I click on try, it's going to download, have me download it. Okay. So I hit download and here I am down at the bottom and I just click on the little up arrow in order to open it. Oh, this is not good. Okay.
What?
Never mind. What I saw on my machine wasn't supposed to be there, but anyhow. So this is the try. All 21 pages of the try are now available to me. Okay, I'm not going to go through them all.
Yeah,
This is the booklet.
Yeah, we probably don't see it. You would probably have to share that document with us
Oh, you're
for
not
us to
seeing
see that
that.
you
Okay,
opened it.
that explains a lot. Okay. Interesting.
Hey, okay.
Because you know what came up as my first page. That's when I said, uh-oh, my first page that I shared came up at the top of that. And I don't know why the document didn't. Okay. Well, let's go back into the website. Hopefully it's still there. No, it's not. So do we have any questions as we're going? I'm going to bring up the website again.
I did want to point out different ways to get back to the homepage, or at least one
Okay.
different way.
Okay, that would be
When-
great. We're all playing around with this and we come up with little tricks that we share. And that's the beauty of this. There's a lot there and there's a lot of ways to do it. Okay.
I think
so-
that's really important, especially when it comes to the committees, because if you're a coordinator of a committee, you're going to literally be the person who gets to go, you are the only person who gets to go in there and change that site except for the webmaster and the administrators. You can decide what you want to happen in that site. And we're putting together, Jim and I have been putting together sort of a booklet of how to get to places so that we will be sending that out as needed when people want that information. So you can decide what do you want to be on that in that area, on those committees. So Nancy, you might want to add the huddles to the calendars. To the calendar, you would contact Barb to get the huddles on.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
So something that you just said, Janet. Oh, geez, now I lost it. Okay, Roberta, tell me where you want to go.
Okay, right now I can't see, all I see is the pictures of everybody.
Oh, I didn't share.
and yeah, you didn't share the webpage.
I got the page up, but I didn't. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. This is not as easy as,
Well, that's kind of the challenging part of using Zoom.
I know. But it also enables us to do. Now, can you see it?
Yep,
Yeah,
You want to be on a members section?
yeah, just go to, something else. Pick one.
Okay. I'll go to Ride to the Polls,
Yeah.
election and front voting.
Okay, you see the big blue box, the LWV Toledo-Lucas County Ride to the Polls. If you look just, well, at the top of the screen, you have home. You can always just hit home from the top menu bar there.
Mhm.
But if you go just down below the LWV, between the
above the
LWV and the big blue box, you can see that in small letters, you have home, Ride to the Polls. You can even hit that home. So you
Okay.
really have three ways: the back arrow, hitting home, or that home. So
Good advice. Good advice. Yeah.
several, people just get used to doing different things.
Yeah.
hey Roberta, write that
Yeah.
down and send it to me so I can add that to the book we're putting together.
Okay,
I think that's a good point to have in there.
So this is your overview. This is your introduction. We can go into any area that you'd like. What say you? What kind of questions does anybody have?
I have questions. I just want to make sure. Eleanor, are you going to head up the cave? You're heading up the Cave Civic Award. Will you be using this site to send out emails to your committee members?
No, not necessarily. I would just, because I have their email addresses, personal ones. In my Gmail, I would just use that. The only thing I would look forward to in the future is adding content and photos, like I
Yeah.
able to obtain from the university a photo of Mary Sue Deisher Cave.
You got one? Good.
And the committee now is looking at doing scholarships for high school and college students as a way to get the name of the league out to that younger audience as one of the side benefits.
Mhm.
I would want to be able to add, like, every year who the scholarship winners are,
Okay.
develop the scholarship form, of the application form, a link so people would be able to apply.
Okay.
And I don't need to have access to do that if I can just work with Janet and give her the information for her to be able to do that.
We can start that way, but in the end, we will probably hope that you will be doing some of it. But yes, I would say at the beginning, Jim and I would probably be doing a lot of that.
Okay.
And it's still something we're learning how to do, frankly.
So Janet, I have a question. You
Yeah.
mentioned the hot buttons not maybe being hot buttons on the public.
No, that's to help people just go and find the information above
Okay.
and get them
My
used to.
question for you is, here we are on the membership page. Are these emails going to be activated where you can click on them? Because I'm looking at the
That is a
page.
question. I want that to happen, and that is a question for
Erica.
Erica, because I
Okay.
thought those would be hot buttons, and I cannot make them hot buttons as of yesterday.
So for the Cave Civic Award Committee, it says if you want more information, or now this is on the membership page, but I think there's something on the public page too, or I'm not sure what we have, but they will be
On the
sent to
public
president.
page, you do not see any email addresses for committees. Because I also didn't want to have a lot of spam hitting people.
Okay, so let
from
me ask this
members.
question.
Yeah,
Let me ask this question. If I'm in the public and I see that thing as something that my organization, I'm not a league person, but I see something that my organization, because we've got it listed here. How do I get information to you? I'm now John Q Public, and I want to talk to somebody about this because I know somebody.
well, you can always join the league today.
And if I choose not to join the league, is there another way that I can communicate about this? I'm just proposing this.
I don't
Think
know.
about it. Think about it.
Do me a favor and go up to what we do, the Cave Civic Award. So what I am anticipating in the future is that there will be links to the application form here, as well as additional information.
Okay. That's worthwhile from the public's perspective. That's why I'm asking.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So if they go up here, we'll have some more information in there about how they can,
Unless, Eleanor, you don't want people from the public reading this and going, hey, I know somebody that you might want to think about.
well,
No,
the
I want the public
application
to be
is
able
there.
to access an application form.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay.
I'm wondering if at the page that has all of those descriptions, the committee page, if there can be a link at that paragraph to this site, the Cave City Civic Award.
That's what I was getting at before.
I'm not sure I know how to do that. That might be something later on. Otherwise, they
Okay.
can just go up and they can look and, I mean, it tells them where to go on the website, which they
Oh,
ought
okay.
to be able to do.
So
Okay.
that is something that will just go on a list. We continue to make lists. Some parts of lists get done and then there's still a remaining list. Wanted to share one other thing.
I just wanted to say something in terms of that wording, that text being blue. People are used to having the blue text be a hyperlink.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would think people would think they could click on that and it would take them to what we do and whatever they're looking at.
Excellent point. You're right.
Very
That
good.
needs to be in a
Okay.
different color or something.
Change color of intros.
Or make it a hot button.
I'm not that good at this point. You're gonna have to wait on that. I can change the color.
I know you can't. I'm just saying, it ideally.
Ideally, it would be active link.
Yeah.
Let me share one other thing about the member profile. If I wanted to look at my profile. Oh, damn it, did I hit it? Oh, wait. Okay. So if I click on my name and I go to profile, I come up with a place for putting my picture if I want to. It tells me I'm a primary member, status is active, my expiration is 5/31/23. Remember I told you the membership's already loaded in. Join date 8/1/2012 and my member number, which is Club Express's number. I can click on basic information. And I can change my email, my address, whatever it is that I want to change on here. Always remember to hit save whenever you do anything, all right? Especially if you change it, okay? If I go back, and it kind of came up to this page before, I don't know how that happened, but there is, okay. Oh, if I wanted to change my username or password, I can do that. More member options. Well, no, it came up to that when I first did it. I'm not going to find it now. There's a place where it's going to list all kinds of committees that you can pick from on your profile. Now I'm not going to be able to find it.
Go back to your, the top right corner. So if you get out of that, because I just looked at it, and just, yeah, now just click on where your picture would be.
Yeah, oh, okay. I can even put a banner for myself, which I'm not going to do.
Somewhere in there is where I just found all the committees you can choose.
Okay, this is what I mean by we're still playing around with it,
Yeah.
and there is something in the profile. Again, we'll be putting helpful hints into the newsletters when we find these. Now I can't get to it, so
Think
forget
of
it.
us like an onion, and we've only peeled off the very, very, very outer skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry about that, folks, but Janet reminded me of this, and I'm like, oh, I can show that, but I don't remember how to do it. So, okay, we're coming up to 1 minute before 11, and I like to keep people on time when I say it's 10 to 11. Any questions? Any further comments? It is a work in progress.
Thank you,
And
Barb,
it's a
Janet.
team effort.
Jane, this has been awesome. I learn things every time people bring something up.
And we're connecting with leagues around the country. There's a roundtable that the league does. We haven't done any of that yet, but we're going to connect with them and we'll learn as we go. And